How you feeling after? I know you missed some time here with your back the last few weeks.
I feel great. Had a great practice today. Had a great 3 days, but today was the most encouraging of them all, getting that confidence physically and mentally. So I feel great.
How do you feel like you guys are in the secondary as a unit, communication-wise? Because you missed some time.
Mm-hmm.
The organization decided to move on from Bless, who was getting a lot of first-team reps through camp. Some interchangeable parts there. How's the communication back there?
I think it's been good for the most part. We'll get tested this Sunday, for sure. That's any team across the league, but everyone's situation is different. But I think for the most part, we've been handling it really well with next man up, and even with me missing a few days or a few weeks, still being mentally engaged and being able to be that vet and get reps without physically getting reps. So I think we should still be in a good place.
For the veteran safeties, how much can you help these young guys at corner kind of deal with some of the uncertainty they're going to be facing on Sunday?
I think, for one, communication. That was just brought up. I think that's a big part, making sure those guys know what to do and where to be at. And us doing our jobs, them seeing us flying around making the play and being, comfortable with doing our job and our assignment, and that encouraged them to do the same thing.
Bryce said the other day that, because the focus is on how young and inexperienced the corners are, he said, we've got a bunch of hungry guys, and we're confident that we can get the job done and we'll be able to do it. Does that kind of play out? Do you see that in practice, these guys as a group, that even though they're young, that they have kind of maybe an experienced approach maybe that you've seen from some of these guys?
I think what he said is very spot on. I think it's very true. And over the past week, you see the progression in the young guys, even in practice, making plays and being confident on working on what we showed in the film room and believing in the job, the technique, assignment, and stuff. So I think we definitely have a lot of young, hungry guys and guys that's confident, especially with the guys we have collectively, just believing in one another, knowing that you're never alone out there. So I think that encourages guys like Bryce and the other young cornerbacks.
You've been in the league since 2014, so you've had a lot of opening week games. How difficult are they to prepare for because of the element of surprise, because these opposing teams had so long to prepare, and you might not see a lot of tendencies that you saw on film?
I mean, it never gets old after 8 seasons. You're never prepared fully. That's why I made the comment earlier about we'll be tested on Sunday, because you never can fully prepare for what you're going to see unscripted or what's never been shown on tape. You could just go off tendencies from the year prior or what you've seen in the preseason. But like I say, you're never fully ready, and there's always a bunch of surprises. But you get to go compete. You get to go compete at a high level and show that you belong in this league. And I think that's what the first week is about, just showing that you are willing to compete and, that kind of stuff.
What kind of challenge does this Panthers offense present for you?
A lot of speed and quickness, and they're very tough, too. You got a lot of guys that can get the ball in space and make you miss, and you got a lot of guys, if you give them space and coverage, they catch the ball 2 steps ahead. It's no catching up to them. So I think the speed and quickness that they have was very elite about that offense.
Christian McCaffrey in particular, Salah said he jokes around with the defense that if you see him, you're not going to be able to tackle him. So what is it about him that makes him so difficult?
He's very quick and he's very strong. He's just not a fast, quick guy. He's very strong, too. So he can truck you, or he can make you miss, or he can run by you. He's just an elite running back in this league, and we all understand that. So it's going to take 11 of us getting to the ball to make sure we take care of him.
How do you and Marcus Maye come together with Marcus missing the offseason for the most part and then you having the injury recently, so you didn't have all the time you could possibly have on the field preparing for a season? So how are you guys coming together? And both being from Florida, is there a special bond there between the two of you also?
Well, it's a lot of elements that play into being a real pro. Sometimes you're going to miss weeks in this league. That's just how it happens. Sometimes contract issues are going to come up and guys are going to miss whatever the situation is. But it's your job when you're going through those situations to be ready when you come back on the field, because it's your job. So I think with me and Marcus being 2 good veterans in this league doing a lot of good things, I think we naturally click together, especially with us, like you say, both being from Florida and being he going to Florida, I'm going to Florida State, always talking that trash. We want to show that, I can outperform you just in a friendly way. So we're very excited to play together.
You prepared for Sam Darnold, when he was here last year and you were in Vegas. What's kind of what's the scouting report on Sam facing him?
Well, I know if you all hearing this sound, probably hear it, but we know he didn't go first round for no reason. He has a lot of arm talent, and he can make all the throws. Whether he do that on Sunday or not, that's between him and the Panthers, but he's definitely a good quarterback.
Having young corners and 2 veteran safeties, how much of a challenge is for you and Marcus to focus on your job and not focus so much on them and what they might be going through, if that makes sense? Obviously, you have to help them, but if you help them too much, you might hurt what your assignment is.
Well, I think when you have good corners or young corners and experienced safeties, especially very good professionals, I think the biggest thing is getting those cornerbacks to believe that you're going to always be that angel for them. Whether you're in 1 high, 2 high, just trusting that, hey, Marcus is back there, I'm good on the deep ball. Because I think for young guys, you always think you're going to get beat deep. But if you got guys like Marcus or myself that the young guys are confident, I'm not here by myself on this island, then it's going to help them perform better. And that's just my thought process as a safety. If you can give cornerbacks, confidence that he's going to always be there for me over the top, then they can do their thing. And what's the next question? I missed the second part to your question.
No, it's just the focus on your job and not focusing too much on helping them as they're trying to find their way. Could it also hurt you if you focus too much on what they're doing?
Well, you never want to focus on someone else's job. It's our safeties coach, Marcus Maye, always tell us, I do my job so my brother can do his. Like I say, if we're in 1 high and they know that me or Marcus are always going to protect the post and, show good range to protect them over the top, they can be aggressive and, play man or do whatever they want. But if we're in 2 high, just knowing that you have a safety that's going to always be there to protect you. I played nickel a long time in this league. And when you have a good safety like that, it allows you to be confident in doing your job.
Have you had conversations with those guys that are playing nickel here? Javelin's in his 2nd year, Michael Carter's rookie. Just have you been able to give them any pointers and tips from your time as a nickel?
They never asked me yet, but I think our coaches do a really good job with that. And I think, to be honest, they've been playing phenomenal in the slot. It's very encouraging to me. I'm learning from them after, playing nickel for a couple of seasons in the league. I'm like, man, that's what a good nickel's supposed to look like. So there's no need to even say anything about it.
Do you have extra motivation based on the Raider situation? I don't know what your opinion on it is, but some people thought maybe last year was a little up and down for you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have the cliche chip on your shoulder to get back to a certain level?
I think it's human nature to always want to do better. Always. I mean, every day you wake up, you want to do better than yesterday. And I don't think it's so much of a personal chip on my shoulder. It's just so much, I can't let anyone write my story. So with that, I guess I probably do. It doesn't mean I'm going to go out there and play outside of myself. I'm going to just do what's been helping me continue to have success in this league for the past 7 seasons. Obviously, I'm doing something right, you know what I'm saying? And as a guy in the NFL, you're going to have ups and downs. Even the elites have ups and downs. That's just the nature of the game. But I just have to stay mentally tough, learn from my past mistakes, and keep moving.